Getty as President Donald Trump's summit has a low chance of success, says Professor De Thomas. Achieving the Trump administration's stated goal for this summit, the complete denuclearization of North Korea, has a very low probability of success. Professor Joseph De Thomas. Mr. Trump is believed to be ready to travel to the Korean Peninsula in May for talks in the village of Panmunjom, in the demilitarized zone which acts as a buffer zone between North and South Korea, although no details have yet been confirmed by the White House. However, writing for North Korea watchdog 38 North, Pennsylvania State University Professor Joseph De Thomas was downbeat on his assessment of the chances of North Korea agreeing to denuclearize. And he cautioned against squeezing too hard by turning up the heat with more economic sanctions in advance of the visit, which he warned could backfire and derail the summit before it had even begun. Mr. De Thomas, who is also a former U.S. ambassador to Estonia, said, achieving the Trump administration's stated goal for this summit, the complete denuclearization of North Korea, has a very low probability of success. Misplaying our sanctions leverage will guarantee either no summit or a failed one. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, pictured with China's Vice President Lee Yuan-chao. Donald Trump. He said negotiators needed to find a balance between acknowledging the success sanctions headed too far, and overplaying their hand in the days leading up to Mr. Trump's proposed visit. He said, while a number of factors may have played a role in prompting Kim Jong-un during his New Year's speech to make the opening gambit of his peace offensive, such as U.S. saber-rattling, rapid progress in the North's ICBM program, the change in the Rock administration, and pre-existing DPRK strategic and economic plans, there is a strong probability that strengthened UN sanctions gave Kim's decision urgency. Sanctions are having a significant impact on North Korea. This is particularly apparent in the area of Sino-North Korean trade. Since Chinese trade accounts for 93% of North Korean exports and 88% of its imports, the China trade numbers are decisive for determining sanctions' impact. If the summit does take place, it will be in part because the Chinese have enforced the series of UN sanctions that have been passed since March 2016 and especially in 2017. The Republic of Korea's termination of lucrative economic projects and its humanitarian assistance programs in 2016 were almost as important. Both countries, however, could be tempted to relent on their pressure sooner rather than later. One of the challenges Mr. Trump's administration faced, Mr. De Thomas said, was to keep South Korea and China on side when it came to sanctions, with the possibility that China might begin to fear that North Korea was on the brink of collapse if they were seen to be working too well. He added, Beijing might also fear being eclipsed by the Trump-Kim summit and wish to buy back some of the influence it so badly frittered away in Pyongyang. It might even do so to dim the chances of success of such a summit if it felt Washington was ignoring Chinese interests. It is unlikely Beijing will sit back and silently watch the process unfold, or be willing to accept the same treatment Japanese Prime Minister Abe has felt from Washington regarding the summit. Finally, if President Trump were to take some sanctions or trade enforcement action against the PRC in the run-up to the summit that truly infuriated Beijing, it could retaliate by loosening sanctions enforcement vis-à-vis North Korea. Mr. De Thomas stressed that good leadership was crucial in such situations, but added, it remains to be seen whether the Trump administration, which is known for vicious White House feuds and an incoherent, disorganized, and haphazard policy process, can provide such leadership.